Why 2026 could mark a new phase of clarity and movement for Gemini. Something is shifting in the air around you, Gemini. You may not have the words for it yet, and that is perfectly fine, because what is coming does not need to be named to be felt. It needs to be lived. And if you are watching this right now, it is because some part of you already senses that 2026 is not going to be like the years that came before. This is not wishful thinking. This is not vague optimism dressed up in spiritual language. This is a genuine energetic transition that has been building beneath the surface of your life for longer than you realize. And this year, it finally reaches the point where you can see it, touch it, and move with it. Stay here with me because every single thing I am about to tell you matters. Phase 1. The first thing you need to understand about 2026 is that it is a year of mental clarity for Gemini. And I do not mean the kind of clarity where you simply make a decision and move on. I mean the kind of clarity that rewires how you think about everything. Your past, your present, your future, your relationships, your purpose, even your understanding of who you are. For years, your mind has been a beautiful, chaotic landscape of ideas, possibilities, and half-finished thoughts. That is part of your gift as a Gemini. You see connections that other people miss. You can hold multiple perspectives at once without losing yourself. But that same gift has also been a source of exhaustion, because when you can see everything, it becomes incredibly difficult to choose anything. This year, that fog begins to lift. Not all at once, but gradually, like the sun burning through morning mist. You will start to notice that decisions feel less overwhelming. Options that once seemed equally compelling will begin to sort themselves into clear priorities. The noise in your head, that constant hum of competing ideas and worries, will begin to quiet. And in that quiet, you will hear something you have not heard in a long time. Your own voice. Not the voice that responds to other people's expectations. Not the voice that tries to keep everyone happy. Your real voice. The one that knows what you want, what you need, and what you are willing to fight for. That voice has been there all along, buried under layers of accommodation and compromise. But 2026 is the year it rises to the surface, and when it does, it will change the way you navigate every area of your life. Phase 2. The second phase of this transition involves your emotional landscape. Gemini is often described as intellectual, cerebral, living in the world of thoughts and words. And while that is true, it is also incomplete. Beneath that brilliant mind of yours lives a heart that feels things more deeply than most people ever suspect. You have simply learned to process your emotions through your intellect, turning feelings into ideas, converting pain into analysis, transforming vulnerability into cleverness. It has been an effective strategy, but it has also kept you at a distance from your own emotional truth. This year, that distance begins to close. You will find yourself feeling things more directly, more rawly, more honestly than you have in years. Memories may surface that you thought you had filed away permanently. Tears may come at unexpected moments, not from sadness, but from the sheer relief of finally allowing yourself to feel what you have been carrying. This is not weakness. This is the bravest thing you will do all year. Because feeling, truly feeling, requires a kind of courage that thinking never demands. When you think about pain, you can keep it at arm's length. When you feel it, you have to let it move through you. And on the other side of that movement is a freedom you have never known. The emotions that surface this year are not coming to destroy you. They are coming to liberate you. Every tear you shed is a wall coming down. Every moment of vulnerability is a door opening. Every feeling you allow yourself to fully experience is a step closer to the person you were always meant to become. Do not run from this process. Do not intellectualize it away. Let it happen. Let it wash over you. Let it clean out the corners of your heart that have been dusty and neglected for far too long. On the other side, you will find a lightness that your mind alone could never have given you. Phase 3. The third phase involves a significant shift in your social world. The people around you are going to change this year, and not because you are pushing anyone away, but because your energy is evolving, and energy always attracts its match. Some relationships that have been part of your life for years, maybe even decades, will begin to feel different. Conversations that once stimulated you will start to feel shallow. Activities you used to enjoy together will lose their appeal. This is not a sign that something is wrong with those relationships. It is a sign that you are outgrowing them. And outgrowing someone does not mean you stop loving them. It means you have reached a point in your journey where your paths are naturally diverging. and forcing them to stay aligned would require you to shrink yourself. You have done enough shrinking. This year, some new people will enter your life who operate on a frequency that matches where you are heading, not where you have been. These connections will feel different from the start. There will be an ease to them, a depth, a sense of recognition that goes beyond shared interests or common history. These are the people who will walk with you into the next chapter of your life, and you will know them by how they make you feel. Not drained, not judged, not like you have to perform, but seen. Truly, completely, deeply seen. Let the old connections evolve naturally. Do not force goodbyes. Do not create drama. Simply allow the natural rhythm of growth to do its work, and trust that what remains is exactly what is supposed to remain. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Phase 4. The fourth phase of 2026 is about your relationship with your body and your physical space. Gemini lives so much in the realm of the mind that the body sometimes becomes an afterthought, a vehicle that carries the brain from one conversation to the next. But this year, your body is demanding attention in a way that cannot be ignored. This is not about illness or decline. This is about reconnection. Your body has wisdom that your mind does not have access to, and 2026 is the year you begin to listen to it. You may feel drawn to move differently, to eat differently, to rest differently. You may notice that certain environments make you feel alive while others drain you. You may become more sensitive to noise, to light, to the energy of the spaces you occupy. This heightened sensitivity is not a problem to be solved. It is an upgrade in your awareness, and it is guiding you toward choices that support your well-being at every level. Pay attention to what your body tells you this year. When it says rest, rest. When it says move, move. When it says this space does not feel right, listen. Your body is not separate from your spiritual journey. It is an essential part of it. And the more you honor its needs, the more energy you will have for everything else that 2026 is bringing your way. Your physical space matters too. The rooms you live in, the objects you surround yourself with, the way your home feels when you walk through the door. All of it affects your energy more than you realize. This year, you may feel compelled to declutter, rearrange, or even change your living situation entirely. Follow that impulse. Your external environment is a reflection of your internal state, and as your inner world shifts, your outer world needs to shift with it. Phase 5. The fifth phase involves a transformation in how you think about work, contribution, and legacy. For much of your life, work may have been about survival, about paying bills, about doing what was expected of you. And there is no shame in that. Providing for yourself and your family is one of the most honorable things a person can do. But this year, a deeper question begins to emerge. It is not what do I do, but rather what do I leave behind? Legacy is not about monuments or fame. It is about impact. It is about the lives you have touched, the wisdom you have shared, the love you have planted in the hearts of others. And as Gemini, your legacy is uniquely powerful because it is built on connection. Every conversation you have ever had, every idea you have ever shared, every moment where your words help someone see things differently. That is your legacy. And this year, you are being called to be more intentional about it. Maybe that means sharing your story with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe it means writing down the lessons you have learned so they are not lost. Maybe it means simply being more present in your interactions, more generous with your attention, more deliberate in your kindness. Whatever form it takes, your contribution matters. The world needs what you have to offer. And this year, you are being given the clarity and the courage to offer it fully. Phase 6. The sixth phase is about faith. Not necessarily religious faith, though it may include that for some. I am talking about a broader, deeper faith. Faith in the process, faith in yourself, faith in the idea that life is not random and that everything you have been through has been leading you somewhere meaningful. Gemini's analytical mind often struggles with faith because faith, by definition, exists beyond proof. You cannot analyze your way into believing. You cannot think your way into trust. At some point, you have to make a leap, and that leap requires letting go of the need to understand everything before you move. This year, you are being asked to make that leap. Not blindly, not recklessly, but with the accumulated wisdom of every experience you have ever had. You have enough evidence by now. You have seen enough coincidences that were not really coincidences. You have felt enough moments of alignment that defied logical explanation. You have survived enough impossible situations to know that something larger than your mind is at work in your life. Trust it, even when you cannot see the next step. Even when the path ahead is dark. Even when your mind screams for certainty, and the universe offers only mystery. Trust it anyway. Because faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is the decision to move forward despite it. And that decision, made over and over again, is what transforms an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Phase 7. The 7th phase is about creativity and self-expression. Gemini is one of the most naturally creative signs in the zodiac, but many Geminis have allowed that creativity to go dormant over the years. Life got busy, responsibilities piled up. The things you used to do just for the joy of it got pushed to the bottom of the list and eventually fell off entirely. This year your creative spirit is waking up again, and it is hungry. You may feel sudden urges to paint, to write, to build something with your hands, to sing, to dance, to express yourself in ways that have nothing to do with productivity or purpose and everything to do with joy. Follow those urges. They are not frivolous. They are essential. Creativity is how your soul speaks when words are not enough, and your soul has a lot to say right now. Do not worry about being good at whatever form your creativity takes. This is not about mastery or recognition. This is about expression. It is about letting something inside you come out into the world, however imperfectly, however messily, however differently than you imagined. The act of creating is healing in itself. It reconnects you with parts of yourself that have been sleeping, and it opens channels of energy that have been blocked by years of practical, responsible, adult living. Give yourself permission to play again. Give yourself permission to make things that serve no purpose other than making you feel alive. That feeling of aliveness is not a luxury. It is a necessity, and this year it is calling you home. Phase 8. The 8th and final phase of this transition is about acceptance. Acceptance of who you are, where you are, and what you have been through. Acceptance of the mistakes you have made and the lessons they taught you. Acceptance of the people who left and the ones who stayed. Acceptance of the fact that your life did not unfold according to the plan you had when you were young, and the recognition that what happened instead was exactly what needed to happen to bring you to this moment. Acceptance is not resignation. It is not giving up or settling for less. Acceptance is the foundation upon which all genuine transformation is built, because you cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge, and you cannot grow from a place of denial. When you accept everything about your journey, the beautiful parts and the painful parts alike, you free yourself from the weight of regret. You stop wishing you had done things differently. You stop comparing your path to someone else's. You stop punishing yourself for being human. And in that freedom, you discover something remarkable. You discover that you are enough. Not perfect. Not finished. Not without flaws or fears or uncertainties. But enough. Exactly as you are, right now, in this very moment. 2026 is not asking you to become someone new. It is asking you to become more fully yourself. To strip away the masks, the roles, the performances, and stand in the truth of who you have always been. That truth is beautiful. That truth is powerful. That truth is ready to be lived. And this year, Gemini, you are finally ready to live it. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.